was a moment when I was in Oshogbo. And so I'm talking with Priestess finally, and we're getting an interview, and then all of a sudden there's this call to prayer. So then, so Muslims come up and they're calling for prayer, and then all of a sudden you see all these Christians in the street. So it's figuring out like how do you live in this pluralistic society where everyone is competing for your attention in terms of what religion you're gonna do, right? And a lot of people converting to Christianity because they have light, they promise you all these things, and it doesn't mean you're gonna get them, but they put on a great show. Right? And so a lot of people are like, well, I'm going to be a Christian if this, pastor's saying they're going to get me a job or family or whatnot. And so it's a lot to compete with. And there's also a lot of danger within it because, people want you to, not the traditionalists, but people want you to be a Christian or Muslim. And so there's a lot of violence that's occurring between those two practitioners because of power and also part of the legacy of colonialism. So there's those things to contend with, right? Yeah. And I also didn't really put too much in the film just in terms of me just having to figure out how I would navigate some of the violence of when I would speak or not speak, right? And I'm like, there's other people who do good jobs in terms of really looking at some of the violence that are taking place on the continent, but I wanted to have a different film that not just was hopeful, but just showed a different aspect of what we know Nigeria to be. But there was many times when I would have to choose, do I speak because I sound the way that I do, and so I might get kidnapped, or I look differently, and people are like, who are you, what are you? And so it was always a tremendous trauma each moment of what is going to happen. Yeah. It just, yeah.
You are the